Hello everyone, my name is DHLIWAYO. I'm with the Zimbabwe Environmental Law Association. We are a public interest law organization that is based in Harare, Zimbabwe. We work on climate change issues and our climate change and energy governance program. And this explains why we are at COP28. Voice to Head, a public interest law organization. We have a number of programs, but the most relevant one when it comes to climate change is climate change and energy governance program, where we are looking at how the various rights that are provided for under national, international and regional law are affected by climate change. For example, the right to food, the right to health, the right to water, the right to life itself, and even the right to development. All these are affected by climate change. So our work is basically looking at how we can make sure that there are laws and policies that ensure that as we move towards the decarbonization of the economy, that there is a just energy transition, not a transition that results in the worsening of those inequalities that are there, the violations of human rights and community rights as well. So we work to make sure that the rights of communities are respected and protected, and that whenever there are violations, there is actually access to effective remedy for these communities. I come from a developing country, a country that has been affected by climate change, but we contribute the least in terms of the greenhouse gas emissions that result in climate change. So I come from a country and a continent that is least responsible but most impacted by these emissions. So for me, the most important thing is loss and damage. We feel that there is need for those that are least responsible to be compensated for these effects and the impacts of climate change. So for me, loss and damage is very critical. We're happy that there are conversations to establish a loss and damage fund, and we've also seen some pledges in terms of contributions, but we want more. There should be more contributions, especially from the developing countries' economies, because they were able to pollute and develop economically, and we also want to continue to develop as developing countries. So for me, loss and damage is a critical thing that we are pushing for.
We're from South Korea to tackle with climate change as youth representative. So what is the most important thing that youth can do about climate change in your perspective?
What is most important is for youth to participate in the policy and decision-making processes. We know that youth are among the most vulnerable and affected by climate change, and you are marginalized when the decisions are made. So we want you to participate in the policy and decision-making processes. If you look at the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, even the Paris Agreement, they make provisions for youth participation. So we want you to participate because you are the future, and you are going to be impacted most. I think even in the international, they talk about intergenerational equity. We talk about all those. So youth must participate in the decision-making process, and I'm happy that you are here at this conference, COP28. This is where the big decisions are made. So your voice must be heard. You must participate, influence, and advocate.